Antwan Lockett is headed to the flats. This was announced earlier today, but today we're going to break down the film of what Antwan Lockett can bring to the table and why he is my favorite wide receiver commit out of the three that Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets just got. And I think he's going to be a standout player for some years to come. All right, y'all, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the show, man. So y'all know what time it is, man. We got to talk about the most recent commit for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. But before we begin, please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. You hype up this video, man. And join and become a member today on the channel, man. It's $2.99 if you are a fan or a loyalist. And I believe for any intel, it's $9.99 if you want exposure. I believe it's around $11.99, man. So help me out, man. Support the channel. All that stuff helps me. It helps me pay my bills, help me keep my light on and do the show for you guys and all that good stuff. And y'all know I'm always prepared and have that content ready to go for y'all. But let's talk about a big commitment today, and that is Antwan Lockett, 3-star prospect out of Colquitt County. Had a very, very, very productive season this past year for the Packers. Led them in catches, only 40 catches, but had over 811 yards and 10 touchdowns this past season for the Packers and was a main piece and weapon for this offense, man. And I think, like I said, he's my favorite out of this class because just what he can do on the gridiron on the field. And you guys are going to see with the tape. I just feel like he has the next level speed. He has the route running. He has the ability to adjust to the ball. And he just has that quick strike, fast ability, that deep ball threat ability that you need if you Georgia Tech and you head coach Brent Key. And I feel like he's going to bring that to the flats and to the table. So, while, like I said, he's not the biggest in stature, I love his game. And I think he's going to be very, very, very special. Okay. So, as I said before, like I said, a consensus 3-star. You guys can see the ranking right here via 247, 6 foot, 170, right? Ideally, you want to be 185, 190 by the time he comes to the flats. 3-star prospect nationally, right? In that conversation with a Florida State who took OV too. What I'm saying? Had an offer from Georgia, Louisville, East Carolina, all that good stuff, man. But like I said, once again, as we continue to talk about on this channel, right? Georgia Tech has continued to nail the OVs, right? This was from the OV last week. June 5th through the 7th, right? Solid commit, went through the process, thought about it, and officially committed to Georgia Tech and the Yellow Jackets, okay? So what does the film say, right? We're going to jump right into it. We're not going to waste none of y'all time, and we're going to talk about the film and why he's my favorite, all right? We are from Northern. Let's mute that, and boom. Make sure you guys can see that. Yes, you can. Perfect. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Antwan Lockett, 2027 wide receiver. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys why I really like this kid. Okay. Played mostly boundary, but he also can play slot as well. Okay. So this one is nothing crazy. This is going to be just a simple dig. All he did was came right here. He squirted the defender and then he came on the inside, and this part's going to be open. Right over the face of the defender right there. And then you see his ability after the catch, which is what I love, right? This is why I think he's the perfect combination of my favorite receiver, because he's not just a good route running, create separation. He also can run away from defenders as well, right? Right there, you see he broke away from him. Big time region game against Richmond Hill, and he has that next level burst and that speed to break multiple tackles and get touchdowns, right? That's exactly what you want, right? When you look at, obviously, Caden Howard, very explosive player. He plays predominantly out of the slot, right? This guy can play boundary and make plays like this, right? And he's not as small. This was a little bit more bigger, a little bit more girth, a little bit more size, a little bit more stature, right? And here you can see it right here. He's playing in the slot, right? Second and long, you're going to need a big time play. Nothing crazy right here. He just runs that inside skinny post route, gets over the face of the defender, skies for the football, gets a nice big time catch over the middle of the field, right? Same thing right here. Here he is. You can see him. Boom, right? Completely cooks the defender. Looks like that was a zone. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm assuming he thinks he's going to probably get help because he's playing way off. And then he just run past him and nowhere to be found on that play. Obviously, a burnt coverage and a miscommunication. But as you can see, he took advantage of it, separated from the defender, gets the easy money catch, as you guys can see right here. And then here, playing the slot again, nothing crazy, runs that inside skinny post, right, over the face of the defender, take the contact, score the big time touchdown over the middle of the field, right? Same thing, playing way off, right? So not getting really no press coverage, releases or anything like that, but he's taking full advantage. Still able to create that separation. See, that's why I like his ability as a route runner. This one right here. This dude's way off. He doesn't do anything crazy, but comes in and then basically wiggles in. Boom. See that little wiggle? He's going to stumble a little bit, but he still creates the separation enough, even though this guy's playing way off. See that little slip? That's all he needs. He just created that by his route running, and then it's an easy touchdown for him, right? Nothing super crazy on that play, but created that separation despite him playing way off, right? And then this is the part I love, right? Along with a Caden Howard, he's also a guy that can take short hitches, short screens, and take it to the house. That's nothing crazy but a screenplay. Look what he does with the ball after the catch. Next level speed and burst, and turns that short screen into a touchdown, right? Exactly what you want to see and what you need at the wide receiver spot. Georgia Tech wants explosiveness. They want physical, big body receivers, bro. Right? That's it. Same thing here. This is like a little stutter and go, and he burns the defender. Wow, I like his route running. See, he's playing off. Boom, he runs that little stutter like he's going inside and creates the separation easily from the defender. Easy catch for, obviously, the touchdown. All right, so same thing here. You guys can see, third down, you need it. Long play, same thing. Runs across the middle, and this is what I mean by physical receiver, right? Hey, that ball's up in the air. That's my ball to go get, right? This is great coverage by the defender, but look at him go. See, the hands up, but look, as you can see, Lockett get his hands up, and he goes over him and catches that ball, right? That is excellent coverage by the defender. He just goes and makes a play. And if you're Georgia Tech, this is what you need, type of players you need. You need people to go make plays, right? Pretty much goes overhead, tops him, and gets a big 40-plus yard gain across the middle of the field. Right? Go get us a big time catch. Go get us a first down conversion. This is what this kid gives you. And the same thing here, just great route, right? Very underrated against Mill Creek. See, boom, he comes inside, right? But he doesn't keep going over here to where his help is, right? He's gonna go and he's gonna put this route back vertically. Very underrated. Boom, you see him go and get vertical, right? Because if he would have flatlined this, he would have been in this wide receivers area as well. He's waiting on that. That could have been a pick, but he goes, kind of cuts in, and then he gets vertical back. So then, boom, all the quarterback has to do is throw it over this defender, and it's an easy catch for a touchdown. Right? And that's underrated, subtle, but it created enough separation for him to be able to do so. Right? Same thing here. Right? It's just a short, small, little hesitation. Right? Watch the little hezzy a little bit. Boom. See that little hesitation? Right? And then he's going to be able to create that leverage between him and obviously the cornerback right here. Get past them and go inside. Boom. Easy money touchdown right there because he created separation with that little wiggle that he did. Same thing. Can you play all over? Yes, he can. Right here, he's playing in that slot. Right? Nothing crazy. All he did was come just like this, and then he went straight. Basically a seam route play. Right here against Lowndes. Pretty good team out there in 7A. Right? One of the top teams, in the state. Able to beat him right there with nothing crazy. A little seam route, but creates a separation. Right? Here it is here. Look at adjustment to the football. Not a great throw. Mill Creek, historically usually has pretty good corners, right? Ball is thrown behind him a little bit, but he adjusts to the football, makes a play on the ball. Pretty good coverage by the defender, but great adjustment right there by Antwan Lockett. And boom, as you see right here, another little post route, smooth catch, get traffic, going to take the hit, still able to secure the football over the middle of the field and make a play on the ball, right? Here it is here. Boom. It's able to create that separation. The defender tries to get physical, right? Too strong. And then you'll see what he can do with the ball after the catch, right? Big time catch against Lee County, pretty good team. That played out, I believe, 5A last year, if I'm not mistaken. And then what he's supposed to do here, red zone, right? Big time area for you. Can you do what you do, right? This one is just going to be a simple little fade ball, right? So go in, and he's going to come out. See? Boom, goes in, comes out, great separation, just to the football. Big time catch right there. Here against Grayson, this was the playoff game. I believe they ended up losing. Right? But Grayson has some pretty good DBs, right? So here he's pointing it out, playing off coverage, right? Nothing crazy. Inside dig route, create that separation with you and the defender, and move the sticks, obviously, right there. Okay, another play against Lowndes right here on the inside, right? There's nothing crazy. That's just a shallow cross across the middle of the field, right? being able to break the tackle, right? Show your physicality, your strength, and be able to continue to move the sticks. And then here, obviously, this is a short hitch. Good job adjusting the football, but this is what I like about his play, right? Boom, look at him come back, and then he's able to make this first guy miss. This is a similar play you see in the NFL with Jamar Chase, right? Came back to the football, make a miss, get up the field, right? Then you see that speed and being able to get a big time gain after taking a short 7-8 yard gain and making it a big play. Right here, another inside dig route for him. Oh, what happened? I could not see that. Maybe I messed that up. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, okay. I was right. Nah, inside dig. Okay, ball is late. Had to stay patient. Good job staying focused on the ball. All right, same thing here. Going up against this player, right? Inside. Right? Great job right there, right? Risky throw by the quarterback, but receiver saves him, right? See? He's in the sight line. He know the hit's coming. Still able to catch it. And then, boom, look at the ability after the catch. Getting all the way down into the red zone. Showcasing the ability yet again. Right? Same thing here. Smooth catch. Strong, physical at the point of attack. Going to go get the ball. Right? Another little short screen. Right? Making the defender miss. Getting a nice first down, second and short. Third down, money down. Got to have it right here. Right? Obviously, nice little hitch route right there. What can you do with the ball? Can you go get a first down? As you guys can see, can make that first defender miss. Go get a first down. Second and medium. Right? Great route right there. Sits inside the zone. Gets the first down. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, you got like 6 minutes of film. Okay. We're going to look at a couple more, y'all, before we wrap it. Okay, another little hitch. Smooth, strong catch against Mill Creek. Move the sticks. Okay, here he is again right here. Another hitch. Right, goes down on first contact, but gets some nice yards right there. Okay, here we go. Bubble screen. Big time catch. Follow your blocks. Get a nice first down right there. Move the sticks. Okay, another third down. Right, runs a little out right here. Can you make him miss? Not the best throw. Good adjustment to the ball. All right, coming up on this will probably be the last one, y'all. Okay, he's going to be over here, as you guys can see. Okay, follow. All right, good separation. Good adjustment to the ball. Move the sticks. You guys can see. So out of all three receivers, he's my favorite. I think he has great potential, strong, physical, but he also has fast and he has speed, right? Fits exactly what Georgia Tech wants as their wide receiver, making plays, making people miss, making big time catches. Great route runner, I think. Very underrated in that part. Good job tracking the ball. And I think with just route running the speed, it makes him a special talent in the player. And I think Georgia Tech really could with his commitment. So, excuse me, really good player. And I think the potential is limitless for Antwan Lockett. I would be excited if I am a Georgia Tech fan. And I know he's a 3-star, but, man, this dude cooks all the time, man. Like I said, led Colquitt County in catches, yards, and touchdowns a season ago, and he would be the main component yet again, man. But appreciate you guys tuning in. That's my thoughts. I give this one a B+. I think he's a good player, and I think he's going to be able to fit this scheme and offense and system the right way. All right, so that's all we got for today. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, and join and become a member today. All right, as always, appreciate you guys tuning in, and know, as always, peace and love.